Okay, we're just on our way to Rentus Base now. We're going to take that rift from the most northern point. Up there, just near the Balaur Garden's new Start Legion attack post. This is considered the easiest rift to reach Rentus Base Hardmode in Vengar. The other one you can take is this one over here, just southwest of Kinah. And you can also take the one just north of Attica if it was to be up. Technically you can take any rift, but you would have to run through a lot of guard outposts and you're exposed to Asmo groups for a lot longer. And always check if the rift's been up for a little bit, that there's going to be enough uses for your entire party to get through. So if I haven't mentioned it already, this is going to be a Rentus Base Hardmode guide, or at least just a basic walkthrough, so for those that haven't done it before, know exactly what to expect. I'm just using up these useless candies. Put you on an hour's cooldown, and they don't offer any attack speed and things like that anyways. Excuse me. Right, so we have popped out down here. We're going to be following this path here to get into Lost Rentus Base over here. So it's not too far away. Just gonna start marking everyone. Chanter's not here yet. Point, of course, of laying down a kisk is just in case there's no more rifts available and people get killed due to Asmo Zerg, you can just res back up there to get back out. It's not too far, but sometimes you do get Asmo alliances just kind of guarding there. What Zenathriel is saying there is Asmos can actually get up to the top here. There's a way they can kind of like glide and hop and things up to there, and from there they can run up here and start attacking people. Sorry for the delay, folks. The Chanter took the wrong flight path, I think. If you already know how to get to Rentus Base, just skip ahead in the video. Alright, time to get going. There's an Asmo. Let's just get going. They are of course following. If they're stupid enough to do that and run away from their guards, we will turn around and face roll them. Guess they got less brains, more brawn. No doubt by now we've been located to be heading to Rentus Base. There could be kind of large groups there waiting. We will see. I'll explain the relevance of the markings once we get inside as well. Some people might be confused about that if they've never done this before. Right, there is Asmos here. Time to fight. There's one hiding at the back here. I'll leave them be. Right, over here you can grab this quest. It will give you 5 battle medals to do inside. Make sure that everybody enters. Just need to clear a handful of trash mobs. Okay, up ahead there will be 6 cannons, and the relevance of the markings is we all take our appropriate cannons. So it's basically the first 3 are for numbers 1, 2 and 3, and then the next 3 are for 4, 5 and 6. So go into your cannon based on your marking. As soon as you are inside your cannon, look up towards the sky and you will see Captain Zasta, and just start spamming the shoot button here. Don't accidentally click the one next to it. That will take you out of your cannon and you won't be able to get back in. It will make the cannon despawn. So the purpose of shooting this guy is to bring him under half HP. If you do that, then you don't have to fight him alongside his dragon just up the road. You will just be fighting him on his own. So just get him to under 50% and then you can just click out the cannon and you're good to go. You don't need to bother touching these mobs either. Just leave them, they're preoccupied with NPCs. Now, you won't do good damage to this gate. These NPCs will damage it in the tens of thousands. So just let them deal with it like that. So this guy, he will randomly change targets sometimes. Other than that, like there. Other than that, it's just a case of keep attacking him. Nothing special. He will often stay on his chosen target for quite some time. Eventually he will switch back, and then he will then choose someone else again. It's not to do with like second on the aggro list or second highest damage or anything of the sort. It is utterly random. I mean, DPS wise, the Sorcerer here is the strongest. So you can see that that isn't the case. Right, once he's dead, everyone can roll this key, but really only one person needs to take it anyway. It's for opening up the chest at the end. Here I will just charge through the mobs and just train them up this way. Technically anybody can train them, it doesn't really matter too much. What you want to do is just run around here, go into this little gap, and just before you fall off this edge, stop there. And all those mobs will try and reach you, won't be able to get to you, and they will reset. Just give them a few seconds and you will see them running back. Once that's happened, you can go back up top. And then there's going to be two mobs here. You want to fight this one first. It's got the lesser of the 2 HPs. Now each of these mobs will drop those what do you call this? Those battle medal bundles. They're for everybody. Now here's another part where I'm gonna train mobs. Technically anybody can do it. Doesn't really matter the class as long as you're kinda quick enough. They won't catch you. Obviously it's better if the more defensive classes do it, but it's not a big deal. Here, if you're fast enough, which I wasn't, but you can jump up here, then up to there. I'll show you when I get to zoom my camera out. Okay, I got a pro camera angle, I just need to wait for res. Right, okay, so yeah, if you get up to here, you can then jump from here like up to that ledge, although I've got slow movement at the moment, and that should reset the mobs. Now this boss, anyone can attack, it doesn't really matter. I will just fight him, just because I can hold aggro and things easy enough. Now when he spawns these, just pull them over, damage them. Now you'll see he's got a debuff now. That debuff is like that oil soak. He will now take increased damage from the bombs that he summoned. Without it, he takes next to no damage from physical at least. He takes full magic damage as far as I'm aware. Just need to look around at each of the 4 corners. After he does his little hammer hit, like this one coming up, they will spawn. And where are they? Over there again. As a Templar, you can just pull them over. Normally you would want to run him over to them. If you're too slow to do that, then he's going to stay where he is. He's not going to get the oil soak effect, and the bombs that he summons will not deal any damage to him. like next to nothing really. Unfortunately, this is the only way to kill this boss if you want to kind of do it fast. I mean, you could kill him without soaking him in the oil, but that would take a long time. Personally, I think it's a very poorly designed boss, because it just kind of alienates a lot of classes, and a lot of people do what others are doing over there, just sitting AFK. So just destroy the casket when it's under him. Cask even. Make sure to stay there till he actually summons the bombs, because he can move away still. Right, so once he does the bomb summon, move away. If you're standing very close to him, the bombs will actually explode and hurt you. Now, any other class doing this is best that you stay as close to the middle as possible, simply because if you're at one end and the oil casks spawn at the other end, you won't get there in time to before he starts doing his little rotation of attacks, and he just stays in one spot. Where are they? Oh, there they are. You don't need both, and no, having both will not increase his damage from oil soak. It's just one debuff. You can use one or the other, doesn't really matter. Obviously, he would be dead by now if every single magical class in the party was continuing to attack him from the start, but unfortunately most people are lazy. As you can see, physical hits do very little. So, kinda sucky. Personally, I'm not a fan of bosses where only certain classes are favoured. It's poorly designed mechanics. So as you can see, the party finally decided to start attacking him, but he's soaked in oil now anyways, and he's gonna die just as the bombs are being summoned. When he dies, he will disappear, and in the center of the room will be this treasure chest. Inside the chest is often, well, not often, but sometimes like eternal like that, and you get your own battle medal pouch there as well. Afterwards, you just go over here, wait for the lift. At the top of the lift there will be two assassin mobs in hide, one to the left side, one to the right. So rather than just walking through the middle, you're better walking off one side, just so you aggro only the one. I tend to just go up the left side here. Although, it looks like someone might end up aggroing the other one anyway. So as you can see, like that, and I'll just pull this over. And this is like a mini boss here. Nothing to kind of really tell about him other than just he will choose a random target to turn into this kind of bull or something, like that mutation Gorgon. And again, he's another boss that you can take a battle medal pouch from. Right, over on this side, if I'll show you, there's a jeweled box. Inside the jeweled box, you can have a chance of getting a mount if you don't have one, and various various like Fable grade stuff, including kind of headpieces and whatnot. So I don't know if they've looted it yet, but right there you can see there's one item. Usually just free for all it, and that was the only item in there that time. Right, so in here is the final boss. This boss I will explain as we go along, once everybody's in the room. Okay, so this boss, there's a fire and a blue pillar, like flame thing to the side. The relevance of those, if you don't have a dispel, is if he puts up, like, he's got red reflective shield, you would go stand next to it to take up buff. That fire column you can just step away from, like I did there. So if you take that buff from the pillars, you take reduced damage from his reflect. Now that's only if you don't have someone to dispel. There's a kiss of ice and a kiss of fire there. Only melees can deal damage to the kiss of ice, and only magical classes can deal damage to the kiss of fire. So you want to kind of make sure that you've got one of each class type. When he does this, he will go into the middle. He becomes invulnerable, and he will start to summon these these kind of meteorites down at these points. Now what to note is, he will show you where he's going to summon them. Before that batch has landed, the second batch will already be starting to be summoned. So you need to kind of remember where at least 2 batches will be incoming. Otherwise you could be walking into one where he summoned the second batch, trying to get away from his third. If that makes any sense. So just pay attention and try not to run around like an idiot. I know some people charge around hoping to just get lucky and not get hit. That's not really the way to go. Right, then he'll come back down, he'll put up a reflective shield again. As a physical, just stop attacking him when he's got reflect for a little bit. When the ad comes, make sure you're attacking the ad that's kind of for your kind of class, like physical, magical, whatever. Then get back on him. Right, reflective shield, just stop attacking for a wee second. Give the dispeller a chance. You can step away from that if you don't have removed shock. Easy enough boss. In fact, you know, a ranger, assassin and so on, provided they've got a decent healer and decent HP, they can tank this as well. By decent I mean like 15k-ish, thereabouts. At this point he's going to go back to the middle again, become invulnerable, start summoning the meteorites. So remember, you need to watch where at least 2 batches of them are going to land, so you know where your safe spot is. So as you can see, this will disappear, warning me that they're going to land there. And there was another one going to land here, so you need to be aware of that. If you don't need to move, don't move. Unless you've been paying attention to all of the surroundings. I might have stepped into one there. We'll see. Nope. Same okay. Alright, there's reflect again. Sometimes I purposely get hit as Templar so I can give myself a heal and HP increase like that. Step away if you don't have removed shock. It's not that big a range. Now some people at the end will, if a Stigma bundle drops, will say it's for class roll. Personally I just prefer free for all due to dishonest people. And by that what I mean is they could pretend that there was a rubbish Stigma that dropped that doesn't have high value or something, and it could have been one for a class that's actually in the group, and they can just link you a cheap one that they've been keeping in their bags. I do know people who have done that many times, so I prefer just everybody have a chance to make their own money from it. Right, he's going invincible one more time. On non-plate class, these can actually hit quite hard. I mean due to HP differences, that is. So So you just need to be careful. Now, as you saw there, if he gets to live long enough, he will kill your mana. Does the same to the Cleric as well, the Kiss of Fire I mean. So it's nice if someone can keep it off the Cleric. Right, this time no Stigma bundle, just a Soldier's Chain Head. And whoever gets the key from that Zasta boss earlier can open up this for everybody as well. The quest that you saw us take, outside the instance, this is where you hand it in to get your 5 battle medals. Right, that's it for this instance. Thanks for watching, and I hope someone finds this useful. Good luck on your drops. If you want to see what's in these chests, just hang around and I'll open them up. So when you open up this equipment chest, it has a chance to respawn as a mythical or as an eternal, as it did this time. Regardless of which it spawns as, you can choose to pick whichever weapon you want in there for your class. And let's see if this one spawns as mythical. No, it's another eternal. Right, so these supplies for Lost Rentus Base, you can have a look what's inside them. Oops, forgot to turn my pet off. Right, so a level 4 stone, a level 5, and a couple of these sorts of guardings. And if you don't need any of these, then I guess it's just extra extraction for you to potentially get some decent stones from. Other than that, same goes for these as well. They're mostly just extraction fodder. People tend to come here mostly for the mythical anyways. Well, that's it for all for the video. Thank you.